That's what makes Lenny's eyes bug out of his fucking head. Nos. Let's go for number 3. 3 game in it.
And
Here we go.
You're on schedule. It's not noon yet.
Yeah, it's not noon yet. On my 3rd one. I'm on schedule. Yeah, this is kind of boring here. We're not engaging here with anything. So, okay, put that shit down. Let's go. Okay, so basically, this is behind the scenes look at what the fuck that we do here at Rogue Warriors Training Compound on weekends. You know, if you watched the last video, it was, you know, kind of like our little rant behind the scenes type shit. You know, this video is going to be different. You know, you're obviously seeing us. We're going to be spitballing shit or whatever. But there's some stuff that I just, you know, like for instance, like the Tate Dori, right? You know, this is such a fucking impractical technique. Okay, no one grabs you from this in the real fucking world. Okay, all wrist grabs in Aikido are based off the sword movement. You know, how do you break this when that's coming? You know, basically breaking the wrist that way. You know, this actually comes, somebody comes and grabs you, boom, there it is. Move right into this knee strike, and then you can throw, turn, throw, what you want to do. There's just so many things that you can do, the striking aspect of stuff. You know, things they need to turn into something more practical. That's what they need to do. Plain and simple. You know, can't always sit there and go, oh, here we go, you know, wrist grab. You know, you can't predict, you know, someone comes up and grabs you, you're not going to stick your hand out and grab you. You know, but they come and they grab you this way, it's going to follow with a punch to the face. So you're obviously going to have to, the second somebody grabs you, you're going to have to find that way to get out of that and strike. You know, strike, 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 whatever, strike. You just have to move from that. You know, like even Koltegaishi. You know, this wrist lock of Koltegaishi. I see so many people doing this shit. This stretches out the top of your hands. You want to see the most practical application of Koltegaishi? It's right there. That's the most practical application of Koltegaishi that you can get. You know, throwing people in Koltegaishi, you know, this way, throwing people in Koltegaishi and moving this way and throwing somebody into a break ball. Yeah, that's Aikido. You know, if you want a more powerful way of throwing Koltegaishi, move into this as you throw. You know, it's a bigger movement, but when you're talking, you know, straight down, it changes everything at that point. That's about as practical as you can get. You know, and he's laughing because he knows. You know, what do you see off of this?
Well, you know, even just you know, this one, it's so easy to get out of in the first place.
Oh
so
yeah, absolutely it is.
He does that.
You push the elbow.
You know, or you know,
start knee striking and start doing other stuff.
Yeah.
But wait a minute though, but that's never going to work in the real world. You have a compliant person here. You know,
if I didn't comply, you would have broken my wrist.
Well, it's not a matter of that you didn't comply. It happens within a split second. How do you resist something when something happens like that? By the time that you go to resist, the application's already happening. You're talking 1 to 2 seconds, the person's on the ground. So how the fuck can you counter that? Especially when you don't know that it's coming. You know? You know, whatever. He throws, you know, the punch pull back scenario that we always talk about, right? You know, the traditional Aikido punch to the face. I mean, leave the hands out there. So traditional Aikido punch to the face, right? And you're going to do this technique. We all know that that's bullshit. Okay? No secret. We all know that it's bullshit. But you have to learn the basic format of how to be able to do something in order to be able to do it at a advanced or proficient level. Or even spontaneously, exactly. You know, this whole, hey, fuck you, blah, 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 you know, this confrontation type thing. The second that, you know, he's in your face and that hand is available, well, relax, dude. Like, you know, dude, you got a fucking problem? Like, right there, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, so let's spitball this a second, so get in my face and whatever. You know, you got a fucking problem, whatever, you know, this starts, it doesn't matter, whatever it is that you're doing. You know, get in my face, do whatever you need to do. You know, it's real simple. You can stop him with the Roskiage. You know, he goes and does it again. You know, see, did he see that coming? He didn't see that coming. He had no idea that was gonna fucking happen. You know, let's be real for a second here. This is one of the most realistic fucking videos that you're gonna see from me. You know, he goes to shove me. I'm not gonna stand there and wait for him. Come here, Rod. Nick, I'm not gonna punch you. I'm not gonna stand there and wait for him to shove me. I'm not gonna wait for that. You let somebody get within that comfort zone or your personal space, preemptive strike them. Oh, wait a minute. I better be careful about saying preemptive strike, because now I'm going to get all these fucking law degree fucking people who are saying, oh, well, you hit this guy, now you're looking at legal charges of battery against you. If I feel that I'm in clear and present danger of receiving imminent battery, okay, personal injury by somebody else, do you really think I give a fuck what the court system is going to say? I'm not going to fucking care. Why? Why would I? Because it can be as simple as him coming up into my face, and next thing I know, he throws an uppercut right underneath my chin, breaks my jaw, whatever the case is, knocks me out. I fall back, I crack my head on the ground, or crack my head on a curb, and I'm dead. So, unless there's surveillance cameras around, this guy might be skip to the loo, my darling, fucking out the back way, and nobody ever fucking saw what happened, and then here's my dead fucking carcass on the ground somebody stumbles across, and have no idea how I got there. There's no witnesses, you have no idea. So why would I let somebody make contact, make physical contact with me, and not do anything about it? You know, I'm gonna do something. You know, even if he got my, you know, he's getting ready to shove me, whatever, I might be looking at this, looking for a finger lock. You know, how effective are finger locks? They're very effective. Just having your hands up in this defensive position and he goes to shove, you have that right away. You know, how does Sankyo work? It works just like that. You know, it works relatively quickly. You know, but the finger, you know, the finger lock, Yubidori, isn't this and going, oh, this is very fast and abrupt, straight down to the ground. Right down to the ground. Okay? Then you can turn this over however you want to lock them. You know, throw them however you want to throw them. You know, granted, he takes ukemi. Here's one thing that I haven't really touched on. We take ukemi to save ourselves from serious injury. Right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
right there, if I had, my head would have hit the mat.
would have hit the mat. You know, there's videos out there you see people throwing people into technique, which one I posted on my YouTube channel, of this woman that actually threw a guy, which through further investigation and research happened to be her husband. And she dumped him in a kokyunage technique. Did he break fall? No. Do people know how to fall in the street? No, they don't. You know, then you got the love, peace, and harmony Aiki bunnies out there that get so consumed with, well,
I don't want to hurt him.
the spirit of Aikido. I don't want to hurt them. You know, I want to be able to redirect their energy and lay them down like a paper airplane without causing any harm to them whatsoever. Why? So that guy can get back up and kick the fucking shit out of you? Because now you just red flagged him, okay? He knows now that the next time he comes at you 5 seconds later, that's never gonna happen again. You know? So you gotta take out the trash, and you gotta take out the trash fast. You know, so just like we were talking about, like with Kotegaishi. I mean, this is a simple, effective move. And I'm not doing Kotegaishi, I'm not doing Kotegaishi like this, because that's as far as you get. You gotta grab the whole hand and apply this down. Now you wanna be brutal about this, you can pull this down and knee strike him in the face at the same time. You know, there's just so much shit that you can do with this stuff. I mean, but the problem is there's too many people out there that, you know, well, that wouldn't work, this wouldn't work, that wouldn't work, that wouldn't, you know, this wouldn't work. You know, how the fuck do you know? What the fuck do you know anyways? Because if you knew something, you'd be making videos and you'd be sharing your knowledge with the world. Kind of sounds familiar? I said that in the last video. What are you waiting for? Make videos. You know, do something. Put your content out there. Show people how much knowledge you have. Share with the rest of us, like I do so voluntarily, how I share with the world. And I put myself out there for people to learn from technique. I mean, shit. You know, Nikyo, you went into a Nikyo technique, okay? This is virtually impossible to get into in the real world. You know, moving them into this, even if it starts off with an Ikkyo, switching this hand over and then getting into Nikyo. That's really impossible. You know, somebody grabs your shoulder, they're following up with a punch to the face. They're not just gonna grab and go, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, oh shit, I better do something here. You know? That comes back to the whole thing where, you know, somebody goes to grab you and they're about to punch, you know, you start moving into other stuff. You know, little strikes like that. You know, he comes and grabs you, you know, that sternum strike, whatever. You know, grab, comes right over the top. Get into that Nikyo lock. Now I have a finger lock at that point where I can drag them. Okay? Now, am I going to do a traditional Aikido technique and throw them back the other way? No, I can move them right into this and then straight down to the ground and goes. Right down. You know, then from there, whatever you want. What the fuck would you do in that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it also depends if they actually latch onto you or not. I mean, I don't know how likely is it for them to grab you and start hitting you.
Well, that is kind of likely, but, you know, somebody's like doing this and they go to punch you, or you're in that situation where it becomes a grapple type of situation.
If you take a traditional standpoint, even if you do the Aikido footwork grab, right? And you start doing all this, as soon as you go for here, there's nothing here to stop that fist coming.
Oh, absolutely not.
So you would have to do, and if you would have to use a tendon to start everything off. So if they latch onto you,
cause pain.
The essence of crushing the sword can do that.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's a hammer fist or a shito or whatever, you have to loosen that grip somehow, or just do it before they get you. You know, here.
You know, exactly. I mean, how many different ways? I mean, fuck you walking away for.
Once they're locked on, you're not gonna get them off.
You know, how many Nikyos are there, right? You have relax, otherwise I'm gonna hurt you. I already hurt you once in the video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different versions of Nikyo. How applicable is that in the real world? You know what's more applicable than Nikyo? Ikkyo movement.
Pretty much.
What's more applicable than Nikyo, right? Not Nikyo. You get that position, Sankyo is much easier to get to than this actual Nikyo application. This is too much transition from here to here to here to here. You know, now if it's a wrist grab, you know, this type of application, there's that Nikyo application. Or if it's a cross-hand wrist grab, which we already talked about, this is way more effective and way more practical than Katate Dori, than this other Katate Dori. The fuck, you not listening to me? This is not as practical.
No.
No one's gonna attack you in the street like that without a follow-up punch. Grabbing that hand, pulling me, and then punching me in the face at the same time. You know, this application in Nikyo is easier than this Yubidori. Then, you know, Oya Yubidori into this position where now you can crank them into Sankyo and apply technique. You know, but the whole Nikyo aspect is, you know, he grabs me, this isn't gonna be this. It's gonna be this. Boom, 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 boom. You're gonna get fucking blasted. So the second somebody grabs you and starts doing that, you need to move. You need to move. The second they grab you, boom, you're moving right in there right away. You know, come along technique. Oh, look, Sankyo right after. Oh, did you see that slow motion? Come on, technique. Right into Sankyo. You know.
What was the other, forgot my train of thought. You did show a Nikyo where your hands were up. Because you were saying that this happens more.
Yeah.
But this also happens instead of having a grip this way.
If you're here and they grab your wrist,
like
now you have this Nikyo application. Okay, which now can turn into whatever at that point, lock up, strike. You know, so if you're like, hey dude, how you doing? You know, right away, you move into that. You know, even from here, he goes to punch, you move this way, start applying that. Then you have locking up however you want to do this. You know, you okay? Hey. Get you that way a little bit. Now you have Tokyo technique and you can apply. You know, but even so, he goes to grab with that, you know, here, strike right into that. It's just, these are simple, effective moves that work. You know, he double hand chokes, right? For real. Payback's a bitch, right? Nagashi. Oh shit, look. Look what my hand just came up with. How fast did that happen? You know, go from this side. You know, that look at, you know, he comes in and grabs that Morote Jime, right? This here. That Morote motherfucker. You know, that type of choke, right? That's it, good. Ukanagashi. You know, didn't catch it as good as I did the last time, but it's there, guiding that energy, moving right into that. Now you can choke them out, dump them on the ground. Now remember, we're falling in 2-inch mats. You dump something like that on their back on asphalt,
Probably gonna hit the back of their head.
yeah, the ground's not gonna move, right? That choke comes in, you know, don't grab me with your vagina, you know, right there, move. See, didn't really get it the first time, as you know, the second time or third time as well, but then you have other things that you can do, right? Oh, there's Aikido. You know, there's tons of shit you can do from that. What would you do from a 2-hand choke?
Well, Luke and Nagachi was almost like a natural reaction to get it off. You can
Yeah.
also, when it comes in, you still got, you know, you get your fist, you have up,
Yeah.
and then you just, you know, you still have like an Aikido kind of shape, or just, you know,
See the shit that Rod goes through on a daily basis?
so again, you know, since we started doing that month of attending in the online training,
online classes,
I've been on the, you know, hit all the things on the person. It's amazing. So you have up, you know, right in there. You have this one, and then and you just overwhelm.
That's not Aikido.
I can't count how many it's.
That's not Aikido though. Guys, that's not Aikido. Here, I'm complaining. I'm complaining to all the YouTubers out there. That's not Aikido.
Okay, well-
You're not doing this within the spirit of Aikido.
Okay, well then, okay then.
This isn't Aikido.
Well then try this. Well then try this.
Who gives a fuck? Does it work?
There. How's that?
Okay, you let him do it. Don't let him do it. Do it again. Let's go, fucker. Don't let him do it. See if he comes. You still let him do it. Okay, do it for real. Do it for real. Don't let him do it. Go, do it. Do it. Do it for real. Doesn't work. Do it for real, fucker. What do you think this is? Go, do it for real. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. See, but that's what you got to do. But that's what everybody misses, because it's the initial movement of you coming and grabbing. The initial movement. Understanding how the technique works. If it's instant non-compliance, you're never going to understand how to make those angles of movements work. And that's the thing that kind of kills me about that, is that everybody's, oh, this wouldn't work, that wouldn't work. Well, first off, when you're just learning, you're just starting out, you can't be attacked in a way that everything that you do, every technique that you try to perform doesn't work. Because then what happens to the student is they get frustrated. They're not learning. And then they leave. They don't want to train with you anymore, because you're not giving them anything of value that they can build on. Okay, if there's no value in your training and your students aren't learning, it's baby steps. It's fucking baby steps, man. I mean, when you were born, did your mother fucking throw you into a pool for swimming lessons in the deep end and said, fucking sink or swing, bitch, let's go? No, you took swimming lessons. You learn how to float, you learn how to, you know, breaststroke, side stroke, whatever. You learn how to do all that. You just weren't thrown into in the deep section of a pool and fucking survive. Doesn't work that way. Everything that we do is a learning process. When you learn how to tie your shoes for the first time, you didn't learn how to sit there and do this, you know, oh, okay, I know how to do it. No, when you learn how to write your name in cursive, you had to practice that. You know, when you learn how to start a car or drive a car, you had to go to driver's ed to learn how to drive a car. You just weren't thrown behind the fucking wheel of a car and said, go to the store and get me groceries, bitch. Didn't work that way. You know, when you learn how, you know, how to do IT work, you went through several courses to learn how to do your job. You know, same thing with you. I'm sure for the job that you did. Same thing with me. I'm a union sheet metal worker. There's a 4-year apprenticeship program before you can become a journeyman. Been in that business for 20 years. You know, but it's, you know, being good at Aikido. My apprenticeship, when all my friends were going to college, right? I was at the dojo. The dojo was my college. I look at all my high school friends, the ones that I had very minimal contact with, because I don't give a fuck. Okay? I look at them, and are they doing what they went to college for? No, they're doing something else. I can't tell you how many friends I have that got degrees in a certain area of expertise that are doing something completely different that had nothing to do with what they went to school for. When I started Aikido when I was 18 years old, That was my college education. And here I am today, 27 years later, you know, with a 40,000 subscriber YouTube channel, known throughout the world, train with people that I sought after, you know, to get where I'm at today. And that's the whole thing with Aikido is everybody sits there and like says, oh, this shit ain't gonna work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. You fucking fell for me. Yeah, you did a second ago until I tell you to get fucking real. Okay? You gotta be fucking real. Obviously, when it's demonstration, you give honest attack so people can see exactly how the application's done. You have to learn it, baby steps, to be able to become proficient in it. And then once you have that understanding, then you can play around in the dojo while doing that technique. You can come at them harder, more serious, choke them harder, grab them harder, whatever, resist against it, stop them from doing the technique. But that's when the floodgates open. Because then you have all the different types of striking techniques that you can do, you know, different types of locks and controls to still get to that position that you want to get to. You know, whether it's Ikkyo, whatever it is, Niko, Sankyo, it grows from that. And that's what we hope that we can shed some light on for all of you guys that are out there in the YouTube world that watch our stuff and are very skeptical about what we're doing. That's why a lot of times, you know, when people sit there and say, you know, hey, do this, do that, whatever, you know, or, you know, I've been threatened countless numbers of times on YouTube that I'm going to get my ass kicked, and it's funny, no fucking YouTubers ever showed up at my front door to do that, which I find hilarious because it just goes to show me how much of a pussy you really are if you're going to sit there and call me out and threaten me on a YouTube channel for something that I'm doing because you don't like what I'm doing. That just shows me how much of a fucking douchebag you really are. But with that being said, it's, you know, you got to learn this, you know, it takes time to learn the process of how it's done, okay? And for all the people out there that says that it doesn't work, it does work. Certain things work.
And in fact, you can substitute Aikido with any martial art.
Yeah, you can, exactly.
It doesn't work. Even the striking martial.
You know, and here's the thing that I find very, very fucking funny, is that Koltagaishi, okay, was not invented by Morihei Ueshiba, okay? This is a universal wrist lock that is used in Hapkido, Aikido, Ninjutsu, Jujitsu, Aiki Jujitsu.
I think every culture in the world has always had some kind of
wrist lock that is very similar to this, okay? BJJ guys, I believe, actually have this within their wrist lock applications. The seven deadliest wrist locks. I don't remember who that guy's YouTube channel by that guy. Seven BJJ guy doing it. It works. It's kind of funny how that shit happens, right? Oh, that doesn't work. Why? Because I'm wearing a funny dress. Is that why? But you see some guy in a rash guard with his balls dangling in someone's fucking face, but he can pull off a Koltagaishi wrist lock, and it works for him because MMA or BJJ. I don't know, but, you know, those are just our points on little things, you know. So, if you like the video, hit a thumbs up, throw a comment down below, subscribe to our channel, help our channel grow. Trust me, we're going to be doing a lot more different videos in the near future, and things are changing. I'm completely re-engineering what I'm doing with the Aikido. It's my Aikido. That's what it is. Okay, you know, my history goes back a long way, starting off with traditional Aikido, then getting involved with Steven Seagal's students and training under those guys for a while. This is my Aikido, okay? I call it, what I do, it's just tension Aikido all the way around, just because the methodology of tension Aikido is what I adhere to. But this is my Aikido. Whether you like it or whether you don't like it, that's up to you. But I share my knowledge with the world, take it for what it's worth, use it, apply it, you know. Love to hear your feedback. If you use it in BJJ and it works, fantastic. Let me know. Let me know. If it doesn't work, let me know that too. Maybe there's something that you're missing. You know, maybe something that you did that might have been a little bit off or a little bit wrong, and that's why it didn't work for you. Maybe you're going to say, oh, well, I didn't have a compliant partner. It's not really about the compliance. It's not really about the non-compliance. It's about understanding how the movement works and anatomically how the body works. And if you can understand that, and you can wrap your head around that instead of wrapping your head around your ass, and making negative comments, and yeah, this whole video has been negative, really, when you think about some of the shit that I'm saying, but this is where you guys really need to sit back and look at what's being done, and, you know, be open-minded to what's happening, and take it and adapt it to your ability to be able to do things, and make it work for you. Because what works for me, what works for Bob, what works for Rod, might not work for you. But if it works for you, fantastic. I'll be the first person not to leave a negative comment on your video, because I know what it takes to get where you're going, because I know what it took to get where I'm at. Okay? So, that being said, I'm Lenny Sly.
Bob Kamka, Rod Demesa.
Watching the Rogue Warrior channel. See you fuckers next time.